Alright, welcome back guys. This is Matt Lemke with Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we're going to take a look at the core rulebook for Bethesda's Call to Arms. And as a little bit of a bonus, when I bought it, I didn't realize I was getting this. We're going to take a look at the Ethereal Dragonborn character. So I'm going to cut that open first to get that out of the way, I think, maybe. Or not with that knife. Look at that. I'm just going to pop it open. So you have a nice high quality resin base here, which I'm going to go ahead and zoom way in. Maybe. And you can see on his base, there's different pieces, parts of bone and animal legs, or I don't know what all that even is. It's in my hand. I can't tell you what all that is. His ethereal shield, which you can't really, there, you can make it out a little bit there. So if I put it in my hand, yeah, there you go. If I put it in my hand, you can tell it's a little bit on the frosty green kind of side. And you can definitely tell a lot better, well, you can tell a lot better with him, the Dragonborn. Oh, the shield goes in there like that. And that is your Ethereal Dragonborn figure that you can get when you buy the core rules. Back it up now. So inside the core rules, it is a nice box from what I can tell. It's a nice smooth top. It's got the Elder Scrolls symbol on it, Bethesda and Modiphius. And inside you have the Escape from Helgen, which is your first steps in the world of Tamriel, which is basically your quick start rules, it looks like. So you have how to read your character cards here. Here, I'm going to set this off to the side so we can spend a little bit of time to focus on this. I'm going to zoom in so it's a better, there. So you have how to understand your character cards, which is, they call it finding your feet. Modiphius had a lot of fun with this. They have a small thing on measurement, movement, sprinting, the exploration tutorial, the keys for where your Dragonborn starts at the position in this exploration tutorial. I gotta zoom out just a hair. Vital statistics, how to read the attributes of your card, how skill tests work, how to make an attack. They give you target practice, rules of engagement. The tutorial, I mean, it's been a few years since I've played the Elder Scrolls. So, from what I remember, it seems like this is basically step-by-step tutorial through the first sessions of the game. And they have escaped the dungeon. They've got some really great art. And they have a quick reference in the back, and that is essentially your tutorial on Call to Arms. Next, we have a whole bunch of the different quests. So you have battle mode scenarios, ancient runes, Blood on the Snow campaign, delve mode scenarios, and we will take a look here real quick. So let's see here. Quest book is the gateway to starting your adventure in Tamriel. It contains additional rules to those found in the rulebook. Here you will learn about different game modes. So there are several different game modes. All these quests and objectives come with the size of the gaming area, the special rules for it, how to deploy the parties. Battle modes are, in this game mode, opposing parties go in search of fortune and glory only to chance upon a rival. So there's different battle modes for combating each other. And like I said, I haven't looked at the rules yet. I have played Fallout, so I'm assuming the rules are very similar. The dice are basically the same from what I remember of Gen Con a couple of years ago when I was there. And I waited, I really did, guys. I waited too long to get into this. So here's a full-blown campaign, Blood on the Snow. A lot of good stuff. And then on the back, there's a little bit of an ad for the other miniatures, which if you haven't seen them yet, you can check out the box breakings that I'm going to do on them in the Figure Forges as well. All right, so before we take a look at the rule book, let's take a look at the rest of the contents of the starter kit. There is a whole plethora of the tokens that you're going to need for the game. Token bags, the dice for the game, event cards, probably equipment and spell cards. You can see that there's 2 different decks in there. Adversary cards. And these are like unit cards, like the Stormcloak soldiers, Imperial soldiers, different monsters. Then you have the Dragonborn card here. I dropped it, but I caught it, and then I closed it. So you have the Dragonborn of Skyrim. Let's zoom in a little bit. That one's Champion. You have Warrior of the Resistance, Roloff. Stormcloak Commander. The Imperial Mage. And Hadvar. I'm not going to take the time to look at the gear. If you're familiar with the computer game at all, you should have an idea of what kind of gear is in the game and what kind of spells are in the game. So I'm not going to go ahead and take the time on that. And the event cards, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on. I want to get into looking at the rule book with you guys a little bit. And I did this wrong. Something's wrong. There, that's good. All right, so the rule book. It's not very thick. It's a travel-ish sized rule book. Let's put this in perspective. Do I have a tape measure here? No, I don't. But I do have a Panera Bread stirrer handy to give you an idea of how long it is. That's a stirrer stick for Panera. It's not 8.5 by 11. I actually have an 8.5 by 11 notebook here, so I can do that too for size comparison. It's like 10 inches wide, maybe 8 inches high, something like that. 8.5 by 11. And inside we have the introduction, prepare for battle, all the different rules, how to read your gold and stuff. There it is. I was gonna say what I didn't see is a table of contents. So inside you've got the introduction is the first 12 pages, and it goes through the basics of every single role-playing / miniature game that's out there that uses miniatures for combat. Is prepare for battle, the skill test, summary of skills, line of sight, and how to use terrain. And then it moves on to the round, which is usually the next fundamental, followed by actions, how to deal damage, things that might happen in the event phase, things that are more unique to the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. And that includes everything from spells to specials in terrain. So we're not going to spend a lot of time going through all of the rules. This isn't a tutorial digest, but you can see that the book has good art for describing and demonstrating what needs to be seen and done. The color code, the art for line of sight. You can't draw line of sight to this guy, but you can that guy. And then they go into the game round and the different modes. You have staggered, shaken, and incapacitated. And then they tell you where to go with reference to more detail on them. For example, staggered models on page 42, if you jump over there real quick. Staggered model cannot use stamina boosts of any kind, basically. So as you're moving through, it lists all the different actions. The rule book is pretty straightforward. A lot of good pictures, how to measure, how to do sneak attacks. There's actually quite a bit of depth in the game from what I've seen. I've not demoed it yet. I have heard that they capture a role-playing feel with gameplay with things like sneak attacks and things of that nature. Then there's a short section on applying damage and using armor and special effects throughout that thing. And then there's the event phase, which well, I'll have to look at that in a second. We'll go through that here in a second. There's even a section on morale, because characters can lose morale. Units can use morale. Status effects. So is a model incapacitated, shaken, or staggered? And then they have a small chapter on spells, which includes auras, melee attacks, types of personal spells, subtypes of spells, and then the thing that probably a lot of players are looking forward to seeing in game is Dragon Shouts. I can't wait to go over that in more detail once I learn how to play the game. And then there's the differences of terrain, jumping gaps, falling. They did a good job with, I think, from what little I've seen, pulling that into the game from the PC. One thing I think they've probably done well at this point, and again, this is just my assumption, is that they have done a good job of taking the computer game and putting it onto the tabletop and giving it the same kind of flavor while not losing any of the miniature gaming aspects. And again, as you can see, the book is very well done. It's got it's small gloss, simple to read, and let's see, where am I? We're in the adversaries section. So this is all about how to use your adversaries, and you can see that the terrain that they have is wonderful for their demo models. I want to get some of that for me. And then they have the special rules by keyword and things of that in the 12th chapter of the book. And then the 14th chapter deals with gathering the party's composition, but basically it's how to build your force. Where is, I was hoping, it must be in the quick start rules. So in the back of the quick start rules, I think is what I was actually hoping to see there. Phases of the game, yeah. So phases of the game, there's basically 7 phases to the game, and they're broken down. Set up terrain, put out the objective tokens and treasure tokens, adversaries if needed, deploy the parties, draw quests, and select boasts. And then there's the different phase. There's the action phases with the different levels of it, and the end phase. So inside the starter box for Elder Scrolls Call to Arms, you get all the tokens that you need, all the cards you need to play the base game, the dice. Oops, let me zoom out a little bit more because I'm apparently not doing that. You get the core rulebook, quests book, Escape from Helgen, and in my case, I got the Dragonborn Ethereal Champion. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been fun. Look forward to some more videos on this. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to commit. Not a lot of people in my area do much outside of Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars miniature games. So until my son comes back from the Marine Corps, I might be having this on the back burner. I am a huge fan of Call to Arms. I'm probably going to buy in, and you're going to see at least unboxings on a lot of the stuff because I love the models, especially their terrain. If you haven't got to look at their terrain, I highly suggest you go and do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.